Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? Coming to sundown because today we're going to talk about one of the biggest music festivals of the year. Coachella, baby. Oh yeah. Give me that sick Coachella montage. Coachella, a place where all the biggest artists pile into a massive venue for 2 weekends of non-stop performances. Coachella has cemented itself as the ultimate supplier of FOMO, fear of missing out. Whether it's influencers desperate to make content or music fans who want to see their favorite artists, it's truly absurd the lengths people will go to attend this event. Nick, have you gone to Coachella before?
I've gone twice, baby.
Was it actually worth it?
The first time was. I saw like 30 bands when I was there. And then the next year, I literally think I only saw like 2 concerts a day.
Don't you have to camp out there and stuff?
Yeah, we did the camping, which I liked.
I'm not a big fan of music festivals. It's a young man's game, is what it is.
I got lucky the first time because when you buy the tickets, you don't know who's playing. So like a year in advance, you have to pay for the tickets.
But I mean, you know it's going to be some big act or whatever.
And there's so many bands, but luckily I was really big into music that year.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah. I was really into music that year and I've kind of faded out of it. I don't listen to music anymore. Has there ever been any metal?
Yeah, there's metal.
Really?
Yeah, the year I went that kind of sucked was when Radiohead came back. That was like their first year touring again, and they had the worst stage problems. They came out, played 2 songs, and then their music cut out, and they'd sit there. You could just hear the...
And he's like...
Oh, they don't play that song anymore.
Isn't that the most popular one? I get it. I'd hate to play the same thing too. You know what I'd say though? Your biggest fucking song, Dance Monkey. Is what I'd say, dude.
They've evolved in a...
Fuck them! This is especially strange considering that every year there are horror stories from attendees that paint the venue as some sort of dystopian hellscape, which, to be fair, some of the pictures I've seen is not far off. It looks like the set of Mad Max sometimes.
The way people dress and stuff.
Yes, the way that it's dressed, it's kind of out in the middle of the desert, whatever. It's maybe not as bad as like Burning Man, but it still has like a taste of it, you know what I mean? Things can get pretty crazy after all. When you put thousands of drug-filled concert goers and influencers like James Charles, remember that James Charles picture where his ass was out? Can you imagine being at a concert where James Charles is lurking around? The Spooky Man. Yeah, that's what the locals say. The Spooky Man is spooky.
Spooky Man.
Who, James Charles? He just does makeup. Spooky Man. I don't like him. The Shadow Man. That's what they call James Charles. They call James Charles the Shadow Man. All you see is a giant silhouette of like huge fucking big ass lips and a giant ass. Hi, sisters! Oh! Yeah. So, let's explore the insanity that is Coachella. The first Coachella festival began in 1999 because its founders wanted a place to celebrate music, art, and culture similar to that of the Glastonbury Festival in the UK. I also wonder if it's also because of the Woodstock resurgence in the 90s too.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Because there was a lot of, and then the Woodstock 99, I'm pretty sure that's where people died. The lineup of the inaugural event consisted of artists like Tool and Rage Against the Machine, and attendees would spend as little as $50 for both admission and parking. They'd either pay for a cheap nearby hotel to stay at during the event or simply sleep in their cars to save a couple bucks. The venue was much smaller than it is today, but the shows were much more intimate, and people have fond memories of the earlier years where the venue was not densely packed and people could appreciate the music without social media interfering. It's kind of I feel like people go there just to get pictures now.
It's for the gram now.
You just go there to get your pictures. Once again, show the James Charles pictures. That's the pictures you're getting. The Shadow Man's lurking, waiting for a camera to be on him.
You gotta take a picture at the Ferris wheel. It's the Coachella Ferris wheel, man.
Oh, is that like a?
I'm pretty sure I have a picture where I'm standing out in front with it, but...
Were you shirtless?
I was shirtless, yeah.
That was back when you were...
when I was, good.
Yeah, you had your pecs and your abs. You were definitely showboating. Were you peacocking a little bit to see if a girl would... Yeah, well, why not? I'm at Coachella. You know what I mean? Sometimes the cucumber tastes better pickled. People felt like Coachella was all about celebrating music without alienating fans who didn't want to drop $150 to go to festivals like Woodstock at the time. And in fact, this made Coachella a counterculture event that gained a lot of respect in the early days. And over time, ticket sales went up. And it began actually making a profit. And this allowed its organizers to book larger artists with much more variety, as well as massively expand the venue space. And by 2012, the event now extended to a span of 2 full weekends, and ticket prices started to rise farther than what the average person was willing to pay. And the lineup started to expand from alternative and indie rock to things like hip-hop, electronic, and pop music. And throughout Coachella's history, art was also a big focus on the event. Instead of simple art installations scattered throughout the venue, you could now see massive pieces designed by well-known artists. Around this time, fashion was also starting to become a big aspect of the event too. No longer did people just wear casual clothing like band t-shirts. People today compare it to the Met Gala in the sense that the outfits seen during the event would literally shape fashion trends. This is all to say that Coachella had a whole culture surrounding it, one that slowly morphed into something way different than what it once was. This video is sponsored by our partners at Factor. It's never too late to start eating better. Look at me, baby. Look at me. Factor is the meal service that gives you the flexibility to stay active and stay on top of your eating routine. If you're looking to hit your nutrition goals and eat balanced, high-quality meals, look no further than Factor. Factor powers your day, sun up to sundown. With nutritious breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinner, and now daily greens. A once-daily drink full of real veggies and nutrients you might be missing in your diet. With Factor, you choose from 100 different menu options each week. Plus, Factor has meal options like Calorie Smart, Keto, Vegan meals, packed protein. Regardless of what you choose, in just 2 minutes you can eat, and enjoy, baby. So it's easy to see why 97% of customers say that Factor has helped them live a healthier life. And the best part of Factor is there's no prep work, no grocery lines, and virtually no cleanup. Head to Factor75.com or click the link in the description to use code PAPAMEATFDG to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free daily greens. That's code PAPAMEATFDG at Factor75.com to get 50% off plus free daily greens. Display URL and promo code on screen as this read. QR code, arrow, show for 15 seconds. Thank you to Factor for sponsoring this video. Now back to the episode. Yummy! While it's normal for events to grow and change over time, many who attended Coachella in earlier years started to hate how mainstream the festival was becoming, which is bound to happen, Nick.
Yeah, that's popularity.
Once it becomes popular, it's not cool anymore. I used to pay $50. It's also that was 15 years ago.
I paid, I think, $450 for my tickets.
Damn!
That's not including the parking.
So this is just to get into
the festival. That's just to get in. But that's all 3 days. And that's why, like, the first time I was like, oh, it's worth it. Because if you think about it, it's $150 a day. I saw like 10 bands a day.
I mean, if you save up for like a whole fucking year or whatever.
It's
just
like, so crowded now.
I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean, I almost refuse to go to shows that have, like, if it's more than 800 people, yeah, I'm really not going. Honestly, I'm not gonna go. One of the worst things that come from Coachella's mainstream appeal was that it became an experience rather than a music festival. It was less about music and more of a status symbol gained from going to the cool, popular event of the year. That's just gonna happen though too. You know, once it becomes a cultural thing, especially with the fashion stuff, it's a different kind of cosplay almost, is what it seems like. It's like, oh, we're going and we're doing like the most absurd, impractical outfits that are just so we can take pictures, and like that's the event. I don't really give a fuck about the music. I just want to go and experience that kind of thing, which is also, I mean, in a way, I have respect for that.
It's your time and money. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, of course. But I'm just saying that if it is this like multicultural, like it isn't just music, it's all about art. I think what becomes annoying though is that if you slice up the pie too many times, you have like, okay, well, this portion of people are just here for fashion, this portion of people are here just for music. If you're trying to go see a band but like nobody gives a fuck about it, you're fucking with everybody's experience. Then I think the experience becomes too divided. While the festival is an impressive commercial success, in many ways it has lost its luster. The event is no longer something that anyone can afford. For example, a 3-day pass can now cost up to $650. And like with anything nowadays, scalpers are always there to drive up the prices of tickets purchased at the last second. This year, scalpers made massive profits selling weekend tickets for $4,000 to $5,000 after the event had sold out. And Coachella now offers access to special, luxurious accommodations like their Safari Campground, which can cost as much as $12,000 to rent out. Safari Campground.
The little bungalows.
They just give you a tent and maybe a coconut tree. Or something, you know, whatever, a tiger plushie. There's an option to rent on Airbnb, but the prices are straight up demented. Properties in the area will shoot up thousands of dollars during the event because they know someone will eventually end up booking them. And those who can't afford this will simply pay for a small patch of land in order to park their car and camp out. If you thought this just meant sleeping in your car, you'd be dead wrong. There is a whole culture behind car camping online where people show off their insanely elaborate setups. Some people will spend well over a month planning the layout and ordering the things they need. And one influencer showing off his room tour included things like fake houseplants, a clothing rack, a decorative knickknacks, and even a director's chair for some reason. I remember seeing this. Guy got a lot of hate. I get it. It's fucking stupid. It feels like that's like a very performative kind of thing.
I equate it to the refrigerator videos where it's just like people have like all these little containers for their tiny sodas and juices.
Those are satisfying videos though. I mean, every time I see that, I'm like, I gotta try that out actually. Be a nightmare to organize, though. This feels like an extension of the fashion trend to me. It feels like it's a part of that performative kind of like, well, yes, like I'm dressed here, I'm ready, and also this is my tent. Look how elaborate and like weird it is. You know, it feels like it fits into that same culture for me. I don't know why.
Which, to be fair, if you're trying to get some sniz,
dude, if I'm trying to get some pussy and I bring them back to this amazing oasis, you think they're gonna be happy?
She's gonna be like, oh, yeah, someone's got the safari hut. You should check out my safari hut back in the gangster
room. You think this is good? Got the whole fucking set of Jumanji over here, dude. Are you kidding me? Come on back. For many, it's less about the utility and more about the aesthetic and the content that can be made with it. The absurd prices extend to the food as well, and people often post their insane food expenses, like one attendee showing off a plate of tacos and nachos that cost $102 and were cold to the touch. Others revealed that they paid over $20 for a simple cocktail and $17 for a small cup of lemonade. And regardless, Coachella still sells like crazy, and people will gladly drop a small fortune over the course of the weekend. Yeah, no shit. I don't know. People who complain about that stuff, they're like, yeah, but I mean, it's $100 for nachos, and it's like, well, then don't, like, why are you ordering it? What do you expect? It's like going to the airport and being like, can you believe these prices?
Well, you kind of get trapped if you could do car camping because you cannot leave. So you're like, oh, how am I going to feed myself?
Yeah.
Which, granted, if you're camping, you should bring food.
Well, why didn't you bring food? Yeah. I mean, it's like, just bring a bunch of fucking bologna and cheese sandwiches. You know what I mean? Why not? If this all sounds far too expensive, don't worry, because now people are signing up for payment plans in order to pay off the insane ticket prices in smaller installments. In 2025, reports showed that 60% of attendees, around 80,000 people, utilize this to afford their ticket. Many people literally take on this payment plan with zero guarantee that they'll be able to pay off every month. And on the Coachella subreddit, one woman titled a post, quote, "Hey, Coachella fam, I need help." And she explained, "Hey, Coachella fam, I need help." And it explains how she needs someone from the community to lend her $272, quote, "in the spirit of Coachella," because the charge is coming in just days before she gets paid from her job. E-begging online to basically pay off the Coachella loan sharks that you've had. You know what I mean? Come on, hello, Coachella fam. I need you guys to bankroll me. Thank you. You know what's the thing, though, is that women... Sorry, women. Being a little misogynistic here. If you're like an attractive person, even if you're a guy or girl, if you're an attractive person, you could post a picture of yourself and be like, looking just for help on this ticket. You would 100% get people doing that just for the fact of like, you want to link up? Like a million percent. a million billion percent.
I had buddies who did something similar to that with their friends. They paid for their tickets so they can hang out with them.
Didn't you do that?
I
thought you paid so you could hang out with a girl or something. You weren't invited, but you heard the people.
That was for a Lorde concert. My coworkers are like, we're going to this Lorde concert on the weekend. I was like, all right, cool. And I liked one of the girls. So I was like, wouldn't it be awesome if I surprised them and drove 4 hours? It just came to the concert.
Oh, no. Didn't you find them there?
Well, I texted them. I was like, hey, I'm at the Lorde concert. They're like, what?
All right, let me hang out with you now.
The funny and scary thing for them was that we weren't really good friends at the time. And then when I got there, I just stood like this and did not like bob my head or
so for people that are wondering what he's saying, like he was arms crossed, could not look stiffer, and he's just looking up at the stage.
There was an 18-year-old there with like 3 23-year-old women. So his thought was like, oh, I'm going to rent a hotel and I'm going to
have a crazy sex party afterwards, right?
So when I showed up and the girls were like,
you're fucking up my plan.
They're like, Nick, what are you doing after the concert? And I was like, oh, I think I'm just going to sleep in my car. I brought like a Tempur-Pedic mattress and put it in the back of my car.
Did you think you were getting lucky with the Tempur-Pedic mattress?
No, but I did think this would give me brownie points. Like, they think I'm so fucking cool.
No, probably came off kind of stock rush just a little bit. Remember that thing that you just told me you were doing this weekend? Surprise. I'm doing it too now.
I think I worked the next morning, so I left at like 7 a.m.
Is that when you're slinging za?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice, dude. Influencers with money to spend, however, will admit publicly to spending as much as $200,000 to get the full Coachella experience, from private jet flights to insanely expensive Airbnbs, flying out various people. It's a tax write-off for our content. James Charles.
Can we go to Coachella next year for a tax write-off?
No.
Please.
Only if I know for a fact that the Shadow Man's not going to be there.
Hi, sisters.
James? Can you imagine being in a tent and then, you just see the silhouette of James Charles outside? If you hide your lipstick and mascara, he can't hurt you. There was some absurd part about Coachella is that no matter how much money you drop in order to live in luxury, there's only so much you can prepare for when you reach the venue. In 2025, the first weekend of Coachella was off to a horrible start due to what was being referred to as Coachella Carmageddon. People that wanted to utilize the car camping lots found themselves trapped in a never-ending gridlock. People were reporting over 12-hour delays with limited access to bathrooms. It looks like District 9. Fucking prawns. That's how they're referring to each other, and they're all eating cat food and shit. People flooded social media ranting about how long they've been stuck, claiming that people were shitting in bushes and desperately in need of food. And according to one TikToker, a woman was even hit by a car as she attempted to stop it from cutting in front of her in line.
It takes about like an hour or two to get through. Normally, they have like these lanes, and they have someone inspect your car because they're trying to find drugs and shit.
Like it's a fucking border patrol or some shit. Like literally, yeah.
They made you take out literally everything.
Did you have to do that?
Mm-hmm. Because they smelled a little funk.
It's just me, sir. Pull over to the side. Others posted videos of cars that were having to be pushed out of line because they were overheating and shutting down. But let's assume you get past the horrible introduction and you get into the venue, right? If you think this means you're in the clear, think again, because doing anything at Coachella is a depressingly tedious chore. Many stands are going to have you waiting as much as 40 minutes when they're busy. Perhaps you opt for a slice of pizza because it's quicker. You may end up being one of the hundreds that reportedly got food poisoning this year after eating a $25 slice of pizza from one of their most popular vendors. You like that? You like being poisoned? 40 minutes, it's a long time, but it's not as long as I thought it'd be. I'm being honest. Also, if you're going to Coachella, why would you ever be like, I'm going to go to the food stands? Why would you not just be like, I'm going to make a bunch of sandwiches?
Because you got to party and it's quicker to get...
I can fucking party and still slam a bologna and cheese sandwich.
A lot of people can't cook these days.
It's bologna and cheese. It's not cooking. It's putting a slice of bologna and cheese in between two pieces of bread. Slap some mayonnaise on there.
You think I want to be seen eating a bologna sandwich at Coachella?
I would love to be seen eating a bologna and cheese. People would be like, how many of these did you be? Keep pulling them out.
To be fair, I don't think you could bring food in once you're inside, because you can't bring anything in, like even drinks. They make you pour your drink out.
They won't let you bring a cooler of sandwiches in? So you're saying that you'd have to go buy the stuff and then make it at your deal?
You're back at your camp. And the walk to your camp, they call it like the walk of shame at the end of the night because everybody's so tired and fucked up. But it could take you like 40 minutes to walk to your car.
If I was like 19, I could see myself being, because also you're like, what else am I going to do? It was magical. Bro, when you're in your 40s, everything is hell. Everything. That's why I'm so glad I listen to metal, because it's such a, like, they're always intimate shows. Get in, get out, have a couple drinks, and you're on your way. You know what I mean? I was looking at like a Kanye concert or like a fucking Travis Scott concert. Fuck that. Oh my God. Going to a Post Malone show. Oh my God. Oh, fuck. If you need to rush to the bathroom and you don't have a bucket set up in your camp, prepare to wait another 30 to 60 minutes in line before you're being able to shit your brains out in a public bathroom into a porta-john. Which also I will say, I'm a Hunter's tip. Hunter's tip. Go to a porta-john on the hottest day and take a shit.
Yeah.
It's a surreal experience. You'll never feel as gross yet relieved in your entire life. I can't explain it.
I have a Nick tip. If you're ever at Coachella...
I don't know why, but already I'm like, I don't think I like that.
If you're at Coachella and you're too impatient to wait in the water line because it looks long and you want to go to the hand washing station, don't do it, because the water there is recycled water.
You did it, didn't you? Did you just, were you shitting your brains out?
No, luckily I didn't shit my brains out, but the fucked up thing is like I filled up everybody's water bottle. I had everybody's water bottle, a huge line, and then I saw people like filling up at the wash station. So I was like, oh, that's the hack. The next time I did it, some guy's like, hey, you really do not want to do that. It's like recycled water. Oh. And then I looked at the water, there's like all these particles in it. Oh. And I looked at her like, we do not tell people.
Basically, Coachella is filled with Disney-sized lines for every little thing. If you think waiting this long is simply unfeasible, you wouldn't be the first. Some poor souls will return to their tents only to find that someone got impatient with the lines and shit in their living quarters. And this isn't uncommon, and some people believe it could be the work of a serial Coachella shitter. The online Coachella groups have all sorts of angry rants from the attendees who are fed up with the surprise logs. Like a woman who crashed out after finding out that there was a full-size shit in the woman's shower 2 days in a row.
The shower?
Do you think that that's a woman doing that, or do you think it's a man sneaking in?
I think it's a woman. I think it's a woman who's like, she's above pooping in a porta potty.
I don't even think it's that. I just think bitches are gross. I lived on a co-ed dorm floor. Well, to be fair, it was a liberal arts school. Oh my God. The men on the floor literally had to have a floor meeting because they're like, what are you doing in these showers and bathrooms? Just all kinds of things. We're like, what the where is your fucking brain? Like, what is it going on? I'm not gonna go into the details of it because it's disgusting. I thought it was gonna be the other way around because I'm like, man, the girls are gonna complain that like the guys are smelly and all that. You would think, I thought wrong.
I had to clean women's restrooms, and these are high school students, but God, they're fucking... Don't do that! Don't fucking do that!
Others report that there are things that have been found with piss all over them, leaving people to lock not only their tents, but their coolers when left unattended, which you should do anyways. Why? Like, it would drive me insane thinking that I went back and I took a drink from a water bottle and thinking that someone had touched, like... drank from it as well. That'd fuck me up.
If you lived in a high-trust society, you wouldn't have to.
Well, I don't. We don't. Not with the Shadow Man lurking around. When you have a good spot for headlining event, it truly is difficult for some to decide if it's better to find a bathroom or soil themselves. A woman and her friend, for example, witnessed a man fill his pants with piss while waiting to see Doja Cat. I can't stop and look the other way. Just pissing yourself. After you've taken care of all your base needs, you can finally go up and enjoy the amazing lineup that day. But not everyone gets to return to their lovely, detailed, aesthetic campsite. This year, people returned to the campground exhausted after getting obliterated on various substances, found their tents completely destroyed by aggressive desert winds. It got so bad that the National Weather Service issued a dust advisory urging people to stay inside at all costs to avoid the low air quality and dust from doing damage to their eyes, throat, and lungs. Keep in mind, this was going on during headliner event times and even led to big performances canceling their act. And the harsh reality is that Coachella is simply not as glamorous as you'd think, especially if you've had no experience with festivals and how gross they can get. How can you blame people for being surprised by this realization when every aspect of social media is telling them that Coachella is the perfect Oasis getaway? Also, to me, it's similar to fucking Paris syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
Japanese people go into Paris and they kill themselves because they're like, this is France is disgusting. Who would have thought French people are gross? One of the most widely discussed topics in regards to Coachella is the hordes of influencers that are funneled into the venue every year. At one point, began referring to it as the Influencer Olympics, where big brands would invite notable social media creators to create promotional and sponsored content. Across the internet, you'll find thousands of sponsored videos where people have been flown out for free and have all expenses paid in order to shill whatever brand is looking for a marketing opportunity. For those that can't find a way to get in for free, they've even started filming PowerPoints where they basically tell brands why they're a notable person and they should cover the entire weekend for them, of course, just for marketing purposes. And while many influencers likely do want to attend these events for the artist, there are also cases of influencers traveling to Coachella Valley only to take photos for social media without actually attending the festival itself. The goal is simply to convince people that you experienced it, right? I don't really give a fuck if I actually do. I just need people to basically be like, oh my God, I'm so jealous. Oh, I wish I was living your life. Please, James Charles, stop messaging my 14-year-old son. People began pushing the sentiment that Coachella is no longer a music festival for the masses, as it's becoming increasingly difficult to justify spending this much money. The larger reliance on influencers rather than genuine music lovers also puts a bad taste in people's mouths, right? Every year, this topic is relitigated. Those who have been going for years note that the event has always been half about the music and half about the scene. To them, these are just tired takes from older people who want to pretend everything was better in the past. And at the end of the day, you're in a venue with over 100,000 people. You're likely not going to be seeing the most influencers that attend anyways. Feels like a weird elitism in a way, like they're the real fans, but there's tons of obnoxious shit that past years didn't have. I think it's trickle-down cringe is what they feel, because they're like, these celebrities or these influencers going and they're posting about it, and now I'm going and I feel like the cringe I feel from seeing these posts, I'm a part of it. I think it's trickle-down cringe.
It's also rose-tinted goggles.
Of course. Many do note that due to the wider appeal of Coachella, the crowds in many cases were lacking the same bombastic energy from years prior. Artists like Damien Albarn, lead singer for Blur and the Gorillaz, chastised the audience in 2024 for the same reason. He was upset that nobody was singing along or getting excited for any part of their 13 songs. I don't know, dude, you're in the fucking Gorillaz. Get over it. Near the end of the set, he got frustrated and said,
"You'll never see us again, so you might as well fucking sing this."
It's pretty sad. Everyone's just sitting there. If it was Gorillaz playing, I think a lot of people would be, bopping their heads. But it's fucking Blur.
Yeah, it's like a 90s.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking UK pop boom kind of thing, yeah. With an event as big as Coachella and a venue as chaotic as it is, there are bound to be some wild and historic Coachella disasters. It's just gotta happen. During last year's Coachella, Green Day performed their set, accompanied by pyrotechnics pyrotechnics that went haywire. As they were wrapping up their headlining performance, a firework went off course and slammed into a nearby palm tree. The explosion caused the tree to be set ablaze, freaking out concert goers. One man went briefly blind in an ear and became convinced that there was an active terrorist attack happening. The one thing that'd be horrible is inciting basically a riot with that many people. People get trampled. Easily happened at Woodstock 99. You gotta fucking watch out, man. Which, luckily the fire was contained and Green Day went back to, doing what Green Day does. And one of the most notorious incidents to ever take place at Coachella was cemented in a viral video from 2009. In it, a 23-year-old man named Jonathan Frederick Felch was filmed being hassled by police officers after drunkenly ripping off all of his clothes, which seemed to resemble wizard robes. Police claimed he was acting erratic, and the man repeatedly denied the request to put his clothes back on. The surrounding crowd cheered on the naked man, with some passing attendees handing him water. An officer hands him his clothes, urging him to put them back on, and he took them and threw them away. Eventually, the naked man is wrestled to the ground, where he is able to slip away and make a run for it. And at that point, he is tasered and drops back down. After a light struggle, a second tasing, he was arrested and taken away among a sea of boos from the audience. Must have had a pretty penis. If the penis wasn't good, they wouldn't be cheering. With any big event, there are unfortunately lots of opportunities for things to go horrifically wrong. Not only is this expected with densely packed crowds, but the venue is filled with structures and potential for falling debris. At Coachella in 2019, a 24-year-old woman named Caroline was dancing at the rear of the Sahara tent during a live performance. And according to her friend, a falling metal balloon prop had fallen from far up above and slammed into her head. Oh my God. She collapsed to the floor, and other attendees at the event noted that they had seen a pool of blood forming under her. Caroline suffered a fractured skull and bleeding on the brain. She survived the incident, but only after having to undergo brain surgery. My God, man. It's at the Travis Scott concert. Also, his response is so funny. Oh, man. Black and white filter. Oh. It really just goes to show, too, that all those people have, zero empathy for human life. No souls left. None of them.
Yeah, they just see ants when they're on stage.
Bugs. Bugs Life. Love that movie. At that very same event, prior to the start of the event, a production worker ended up passing away from a tragic accident while rigging the main stage. While climbing up the scaffolding without a safety harness, he suddenly slipped and plummeted 60 feet to his death. And sadly, severe injuries are becoming far too common at Coachella. Even this year, a heavy light fixture fell down into the audience and slammed into a woman's head and left a giant gash on her head. Many believe that this was due to the harsh winds occurring all weekend, and the woman was quickly helped by nearby concertgoers and given medical attention. And this isn't the only dark side to Coachella. In fact, many who look into the history of Coachella Valley will find something that makes the festival feel much more revolting. Coachella has always taken place in Indio, California at the Empire Polo Club. While the event itself brings in well over $100 million in gross revenue a year, many Coachella Valley residents live below the poverty line. 23% of households earn less than $20,000 per year, and food insecurity has seen a rise over the years as well. The following weeks after Coachella ends, a sea of trash and discarded appliances cover the venue. Local farmers, charities, and community members then get to work restoring the land to what it once was. Most of them belong to the Purepecha, an indigenous group in Mexico, who sometimes make as little as $11 an hour. And often this is the work that gets done after an already grueling 8-hour day of physical labor. Workers describe the area as a garbage dump and how filthy is left by attendees. But it's work that required for some of them to make ends meet. And this isn't to say that every person who attends this event should feel at fault for this. And in fact, many probably aren't even aware of what goes on outside of the festival, but there's something strange and dystopian about such an extravagant and over-the-top event taking place right across from people struggling to make ends meet and become exploited for their labor. It's like I said, it's that dystopian, almost sci-fi-esque kind of like the fucking beginning of Alien Romulus or literally District 9. It's just, it's crazy.
They have to clean it up pretty quickly because right after Coachella is the biggest country event, Stagecoach, same spot.
Yay. Despite all the problems with Coachella, there are people out there that treat it like it's an essential part of their identity. Although it's probably changed a whole lot since its heyday, there's likely still some fun to be had, right? So, if you can afford it, maybe give it a try. Just be prepared for a little chaos, overpriced food, and hey, clean up after yourself, you fucking slob. I don't know what I'm supposed to tell you. I fucking hate festivals. It drives me insane. People just take their cups, they throw on the ground, all kinds of shit. Don't be just throw shit away. And even if it's well, look at all the other stuff, just be a better part of it. That's all I gotta say.
And do lots of drugs.
Go fuck yourself.
Whoa.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Or just go to, if you like an artist, wait for him to come through the fucking, you know what? Actually, I'm not gonna, don't go. I hate festivals so much. Fuck it. Is it better to see one band in a day and to really appreciate that one band versus it being muddied up with all the other performances? I see you when you do the breathe in with the smug eye close. I know it's over. Goodbye, everyone.